In a way, I didn't have an apprenticeship. My father died much too young, and so it was all a very sudden kind of taking on and making the best job you can. It's a question of maturing into something that one's used to, and accepting the fact that here you are and it's your fate. Because I think continuity is very important. It is a job for life.
She was the longest-serving monarch in British history. For 70 years, Queen Elizabeth was a figurehead for her country and the Commonwealth. She led the church, guided her family through often turbulent times, maintaining her dignity and composure. Her first instinct, always, to perform her duty.
She must have been the most successful monarch we've ever had. To have reigned for so many years and to have kept this extraordinary institution going for so long, and through such extraordinary change, she was the rock that the people remember.
April the 21st, 1926, joy bells rang throughout the Empire. The royal union was blessed. Princess Elizabeth was born.
She was born a royal princess, but was not born to be queen. As the elder daughter of the Duke and Duchess of York, she was third in line to the throne. A seemingly idyllic, carefree and sheltered childhood with her younger sister Margaret. But her destiny changed at a stroke when she was just 10. In 1936, her uncle Edward VIII abdicated from the throne in order to marry the divorcee Wallis Simpson.
I have found it impossible to discharge my duties as king without the help and support of the woman I love.
The abdication crisis would remain a powerful influence throughout her life.
Yes, her father was a and certainly by all accounts, they just had the pipes up. Oh, so you're going to be queen now. This was dramatic.
With Elizabeth educated at home by tutors, the royal family was a cheerful emblem of Britishness as war drew near. It was during the Second World War Princess Elizabeth gave her very first address to the nation.
God will care for us and give us victory and peace. And when peace comes, remember, it will be for us, the children of today, to make the world of tomorrow a better and happier place. My sister is by my side, and we are both going to say good night to you. Come on, Margaret. Good night, children. Good night, and good luck to you all.
During the war, the children were living at Windsor, but the King and Queen stayed at Buckingham Palace.
For the King and his family, war came to shatter the world for a second time. The King was untiring in his efforts to lend encouragement throughout the long years of struggle. He stayed in his capital. His home indeed was a target for the enemy.
The princess was allowed to join the Auxiliary Territorial Service, the ATS, becoming the first woman in the royal family who was a full-time member of the armed forces.
At an MT training centre, Princess Elizabeth, our second subaltern in the ATS, has been on a 3-week course of instruction.
On Victory Day in Europe, she appeared on the balcony of Buckingham Palace with her family and Winston Churchill.
Today is Victory in Europe Day.
She later danced on the streets with the crowds, pulling an officer's cap over her eyes so that nobody recognised her and Princess Margaret.
I remember lines of unknown people slinking along and walking down Whitehall, all of us just swept along on a tide of happiness and relief. I think it was one of the most memorable nights of my life.
During that time, she had been writing to a distant cousin, a young naval lieutenant, Prince Philip of Greece.
As a midshipman, he'd taken part in the Battle of Cape Matapan.
She met Philip Mountbatten when she was just 13 years old on a visit to Dartmouth Naval College. His uncle, Lord Mountbatten, encouraged the match. The palace wasn't happy. He had German ancestry, no property, and limited financial means. In July 1947, the engagement was announced.
The royal family and Princess Elizabeth's fiancé have permitted these special film studies to be made in response to the rapidly mounting worldwide interest in the forthcoming royal wedding on the 20th of November in Westminster Abbey. Princess Elizabeth has won a special place in the hearts of the people of this country and of the Dominions.
Their wedding later that year lifted the post-war mood of austerity.
And how they cheered the happy pair when they came out onto the balcony.
Within a year, she gave birth to a son, Charles. Like her, he was brought up by nannies. For a brief period, the princess enjoyed her role as a tragedy.
Once again, he seemed to be on his way back to health, and when he went to London Airport to say farewell to the Princess and the Duke, he appeared to be better than he had been for many weeks.
The commentary belied the gravity of the King's condition. He was dying of lung cancer. It was January the 31st, 1952. This would be the last time they would see each other. 6 days later, he was dead. The news reaching Elizabeth on safari in Kenya.
When we were there, it was this sort of three-room shack, balanced on the top of this giant fig tree. She'd gone up that ladder as princess. And she came down the next morning very early as a queen because the king had died in the night. I think we were the last people in the world to know.
In June the following year, the coronation. Hundreds of thousands of people came to Westminster Abbey. And at the beginning of the television age, more than 20 million watched the pageant at home.
Into the forecourt of the palace and through the gates passed the gilded coach, whose centuries old, bearing the young queen to her throne. A huge wave of cheering travels with her, pouring among the bells which would lift her and carry her on her way.
Began her reign with a 6-month Commonwealth tour, the start of her biggest task, downsizing Britain's role in the world. She felt the Commonwealth should move away from ideas of empire and become more about friendship, equal rights between nations and races. She always felt strongly about it and being ahead of it.
When she became monarch, the Commonwealth was 8 nations, simply 8. And so the Queen and the Commonwealth, in a sense, they've grown up together. And you only have to see the Queen and the Commonwealth meet to realise the affinity that exists.
Her value to Britain as a symbolic ambassador was incalculable. As well as hosting a few tyrants, Mugabe, Ceausescu, the Queen got to meet every American president bar Lyndon Johnson. She went riding with some, was winked at by others.
You helped our nation celebrate its bicentennial in 1976.
You're near, she says.
She gave me a look that only a mother could give a child.
Her reign coincided with great social change. Celebrations, the punk revolution, a time when some became less differential about monarchy, questioning its values. The Queen was delighted when Charles announced his engagement to Lady Diana Spencer, the public and the media entranced.
Which is in Britain in particular, and I suppose the world.
The wedding was a global television event that put the monarchy's popularity at its peak. But increased media intrusion and the breakdown of the marriage, as with that of Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, was to profoundly wound the institution and shake the Queen herself.
The 1990s, you see the clash of the monarchy and the media. The tabloid newspapers were absolutely full of stories of the relationship breakdowns of Diana, Ferdinand Andrew, the divorce of Princess Anne. It was all there. And this was really when the royal family imploded. And from being an asset, suddenly the royal family became toxic.
1992 was a year of crisis for the royal family. An intimate book was published about Diana's marriage to Charles, and then a fire broke out at the Queen's favourite home, Windsor Castle. It later cost £36 million to repair, but after public resistance to footing the bill, the Queen started to pay income tax for the first time.
It's not,
Anna's on a witness.
When Diana was killed in a car crash in Paris, criticism of the royal family fell on the Queen herself. She had received the news about war. The family settled in church as usual that Sunday morning, but at the service there was no mention of Diana. At Buckingham Palace, in accordance with protocol, no flag flew at half-mast. The Queen was not in residence. She remained in Scotland with her bereaved grandchildren, provoking strong criticism.
It was a difficult decision for them as to how to handle it. Therefore, both how to be expected to run politics. And in the immediate instinct, and I think also in the immediate instinct, circle the wagons to look after those guns. That was the instinct
Under pressure to act and on advice from the Prime Minister Tony Blair, the Queen returned to London and on the eve of the funeral gave the public what they wanted, a personal expression of grief.
What I say to you now, as your Queen and as a grandmother, I say from my heart. First, I want to pay tribute to Diana myself. She was an exceptional and gifted human being. In good times and bad, she never lost her capacity to smile and laugh, nor to inspire others with her warmth and kindness. I admired and respected her for her energy and commitment to others, and especially for her devotion to her two boys.
A few months later, the Queen and Prince Philip celebrated their golden wedding anniversary, and after a tough year, both uncharacteristically spoke openly about their lives together. Philip gave a rare insight into the qualities that made their royal marriage a happy union.
Of course, after 50 years of experience, I find there's a great temptation to give advice. The trouble is that no two marriages are quite alike. However, I think that the main lesson that we've learned is that tolerance is the one essential ingredient of any happy marriage. It may not be quite so important when things are going well, but it is absolutely vital when things get difficult. And you can take it from me, the Queen has the quality of tolerance and abundance.
In 2002, the Queen lost her only sibling, Princess Margaret. And then, just 7 weeks later, her mother. But despite the sadness, it was also a landmark year for the Queen, as 2002 marked her Golden Jubilee, 50 years on the throne. The combination of events led to an upsurge in support for the monarchy. The affection for her was an all-time high when she became the unexpected star in the opening ceremony of the 2012 London Olympics. After initially opposing Charles marrying Camilla Parker Bowles, the Queen eventually came round to the idea. It was a symbolic moment for the royal family, a time of reconciliation and forgiveness. The weddings of the Queen's grandsons seemed to herald a more open and younger-looking monarchy. When Prince William married Kate Middleton from outside the aristocracy, and then when Harry married Meghan Markle, these were some of the most watched events ever.
Meghan Markle represented this great moment for the royal family, in which the royal family was going to change, really revolutionary, and great for society, obviously, and yet it didn't go that way.
Meghan blamed the brutal treatment she was given by the British tabloids and lack of support from the royal family for her and Prince Harry's decision to step away from royal duty. The Queen herself was forced to intervene to remove Prince Andrew from his public roles, as the scandal that had started the Duke of Edinburgh, died, the Queen lost the husband who had helped steer the royal family through all its storms. COVID restrictions on who could attend his funeral, illustrating just how very much alone she now was. The Platinum Jubilee marked her remarkable 70 years as monarch amidst national celebrations.
Your Majesty, Mummy, you have been there for us for these 70 years. You pledged to serve your whole life. You continue to deliver.
Tea? And once again, she delivered a comic turn with a famous screen idol.
I do hope you're having a lovely jubilee.
At 96, she was seeming ever more frail and had to miss out on some of the long weekend of events. The core family surrounded her on the balcony, signalling a new, streamlined monarchy of the future. In a rare documentary in 1992, she reflected upon her role.
If you live in this sort of life, which people did very much, you live very much by tradition and by continuity. You have to sort of work out in your own mind hard, and then what you enjoy in retrospect from it, the people you've met, like the small soldier who was giving a gallon of water, and I said that was a very brave thing to do. Well, he said it was just the training.